Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Recap for Wednesday, August the 31st, last day of the month. My name is Barry Anderson. I am the moderator of our trading room. This is the address to get into the room. It is a free room. Share my screen all day long, and I am live on the mic between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Eastern Daylight Time. And if you want to take out a subscription to Trade Ideas, this is a link you can use, and there's a promo code you'll see, and you could get our TI Premium package, which is everything we have to offer, for a little over $4 a day. All right, well, pretty active day. Started out really well for me. RBA, I was watching this one because this was a Holly alert yesterday, I believe. Actually, I can't remember if it was a Holly alert, but it was one of those ones that we were watching all day long. Traded it a little bit, and so I decided to watch it to see if there's going to be any continuation in the pre-market, where we and actually come into the pre-market. I do actually open the room at about 8:45. That's when we start discussing what stocks might be on the move during the day. So this is one I said, you know what, we might get a little bit of continuation because it was holding in the pre-market, had a little bit of a tail, bottoming tail, then it popped right back up. And so I took this trade really early for me. I took it right here at 36.20. 36.20, put a little mark there. 36.20, and it immediately popped up. I sold some at 36.66, and then it came right back down, as you notice. I mean, it wasn't, certainly wasn't one you would want to hold all day. But it was a very, very quick in and out trade. Probably within a minute, I was in and out of this trade. So it's definitely the tone was set for this one, for the day, by taking this. Now, here was the crazy one for the day, SPU. Um, I don't really know what the news was. Somebody said there was some, I don't know if it's an analyst, I want to call him geo investing, something like this, has put a $25 price target on it. Doesn't really matter. This is a super low floater. I think there's less than a million in the float. And so this is, if you don't know what I'm talking about in terms of a low float, basically those are the shares that in theory are available for trading. So a company, will always have a certain number of shares outstanding. If I use the analogy of, say, a company with 100 million shares outstanding, then what you start to do is subtract all the insiders, the directors, the mutual funds, all the shares that are held by those either firms or individuals or entities. Because in theory, those are the shares that aren't going to be traded on a daily basis. So you start subtracting all those shares, and that's what you get. That's where you get the effective float, the sort of the number of shares that can legitimately, realistically be traded on a daily basis. So this one is under a million shares. So obviously, the fewer the number of shares, this is the type of thing that can happen because you're talking about something that is in short supply, high demand, just like any other commodity in the world. So anyway, bottom line is, I mean, I watched this one move around, gyrate. Probably if I go to the 5-minute chart, you'll see how crazy it was. It's very, look at these topping tails down. I finally did. You see, I watched this action. I saw it come down, and then as it started moving up here, I took a little bit, and I took some at 1060, and I almost immediately sold some at 1088. Then I was able to hang on because it broke through 11, and unfortunately, I did not get at the high here. It went up way too quickly, and as it came back down, I sold at 1120. So very, very difficult to trade, really. I mean, it's you can't, you shouldn't be taking a lot of shares because you're going to be whipped out if you do. These things can really, really move quickly. So anyway, it was an okay trade. I would say it was a great trade, but it was an okay trade based on the number of shares that I had. Let's see. Vince was a disappointment. Vince, doing right now. Vince was from Holly. I don't think it was, probably was about, it might have been last week even. And so when you look at the daily chart for Vince, back it out just a little bit here. So, it has some room, up to $8. And I thought, okay, if it breaks 7, this might be a decent play. It's already pretty extended, but, yesterday you had a decent day, and then when it broke 7, This is what we're looking at here. Yeah, once it broke that little area there, I thought, okay, this could give us a nice little trade. So, sorry about that. So, I took the trade at 7:10, right about here. So it was on this candle here. So you see how we had some, the buyers took it up and the sellers knocked it down a little bit, but this looked pretty darn good. I thought it was going to be pretty safe at $7 if you got into the trade. And so I took the trade at 7:10. It immediately popped up to 7:17. And I thought, wow, we're on our way. And then it just started coming down. And on this candle, it basically exhausted me out. So I got out at $7 for a 10-cent loss. And I'll keep watching it tomorrow to see if it can maintain 7 and then take out maybe this high, which is 7:17 for the day. Now, CSTM has been a really nice trade for me. I was able to take a few shares in this one. CSTM was, I believe it was a Holly alert yesterday, so I decided to watch it today. And again, if you're in the room, you know that what I'm doing is I am taking the trades that we have from Holly today. I will put them in a watch list, and I will watch them tomorrow. Now, I don't get so I also have obviously trades from today in here and also from a few days. And what I do is I create this watch list of the symbols that Holly has traded over the last week or so, and I will start getting rid of some. Once I see maybe it's breaking down on the daily and I don't like what I see, I will just get rid of the symbol. So it's always in flux. And I cannot share this with you because it has a symbol list in here, and symbol lists are unique to everybody's account. So if I tried to collaborate this with you, you wouldn't see anything. So you have to create your own symbol list and attach it to the alert window. And all I'm doing is just looking for new highs and lows of the day. So CSTM, I think it's pretty early on. CSTM, see where is Bear with me a second here. I know I'm going to find it. There it is. So CSTM, I got the alert that a new high was made at 720. And so I took the trade at 726, right about here. Mark up on that, 726. Got out at 742 on the nice pop here, and then as it was coming down at 731, and then later on, Holly actually alerted at 743, right here at 743. So as we've told people, Holly actually got stopped out for a 6-cent loss on this one, okay? Because here was the actual alert. I'm sorry about that. Email coming in. There's just a reminder for today's Q&A. So there was the alert, but Holly got stopped out for a 6-cent loss. Now, as I've said to people, if you have Holly, watch the alerts all day long. Watch the stocks all day long. And so I had basically put in an alert at the original Holly entry at 743. So when that happened, I ended up taking the trade at 747. Again, so I got back into this trade at 747, and look what happened. Popped up to 767. I got out at did I get at 762 the first bid, and then as it came back down at I think I made a dime 757. So, but I was able to take a few shares because I had a decent stop on it, pretty tight stop. So, is this wonderful? I mean, did it tack on a couple of dollars? No, but just one second, please. Yeah, sorry about that. I just forgot to take off my email notifiers. But anyway, the bottom line is that CSTM, I only knew about it because of yesterday's Holly trade. Decided to follow it, and definitely worked out really, really well. And that is about it. For me, I thought it was a pretty choppy day. YY was one. Let's see what it's doing right now. Oh yeah, it's come right back. Now, I might get back into YY or get into YY. The 200-day moving average is about 5206. So if it can, move off through there, I might even take it right now. One second. Just want to see what the bid ask looks like. Yeah, took a little bit here at 25, 52.25. Actually, it just came back down. So 50, yeah, 52.24. We'll see what happens. Okay, so 52.24. And I think 52.06 is a 200-day moving average. So if it's definitely if it moved back down there, I'd probably get out. But take a lot of shares. Just want to see if if it continues on this nice ride. Now, here's something else. Take a look at YY on the daily, and I would encourage you to set an alert, just like I've done here. Here's the high. 52.90 or so. But look what happens if YY can break. I mean, it's already had a great run, but then here's the pullback. Now here's a day in which if it takes this out, look at that void right here. Arguably it could be a $10 potential gap fill. I'm not saying it will, but that's what we like to look at though. We like to look at dailies and to see what sort of resistance there is nearby. And as you can see, 52.06 is the 200-day. So if it maintains over the 200-day, I would definitely watch this one tomorrow to see number one if it takes out say 53 because this could have a nice little run into this void. All right, that's about it for today. Let me just bring back the cover page. Again, here's how to get in. It is a free room, truly no strings attached. I share my screen all day long, and I'm live 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. I usually open the room about 8:45. I would encourage you to come in early because that's when we start talking about some of the setups that we're seeing in the pre-market that may give us some trades during the trading once the market opens. And again, here's a link you can use in order to get a subscription to Trade Ideas. So hope to see you in the trading room tomorrow, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.